So the Nintendo Direct just happened. For March 27th. I honestly didn't think it was going to when I heard rumors about it, but it happened, and here are my thoughts on it, because it's a little mixed than usual. Because usually I'm super excited, and honestly, there were a lot of neat stuff there that we are going to talk about, but from what I could tell, I don't want to say they're just like giving us leftovers. It felt like they were holding back a lot of stuff, and we'll get more information next week when the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct comes out. But we did have some interesting things to talk about, so let's talk about them. I'm going to give you the SparkNotes version and go over stuff that I care about the most, and definitely the most important things to me. First off, the big thing. New Tomodachi Life. Oh my god. Wait. Hang on. What the...
I'm a buckle. Tornadoes off on G plus than yesterday.
Oh! Is this what I think it is?
So refreshing.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Hiya.
Oh my god! Whoa! A new Tomodachi Life! Living the dream. It has been 12 years since there was a new Tomodachi Life. I remember seeing it and thinking it was so wacky, all the things you could do with your Miis, and honestly, I wasn't sure if it would ever come back. But not only is it coming back, they're making a brand new one. It looks really cool. It looks just as wacky. It still has the same text-to-speech voices that I know and love. And it's something I would really want to try out and play, and hopefully get some more Miis of my friends while doing it. It'll be great. It will release in 2026, long after the Switch 2 will hopefully come out. We hope. Oh my god!
Did you want to talk?
Yeah. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond got some new footage. You got to look at some details about the game and how the graphics looked. Honestly, Metroid Prime 4 looked absolutely beautiful. It's so weird to think that it's just on a Switch hardware, and it still may not be. But I don't know, I thought it looked gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen with how cool it looked. We didn't get a release date for that one, though. It just said it would come out in 2025. Pokemon Legends ZA got some new information. We got some new locations and some new looks at new Mega Evolutions, but we also learned that catching happens during the day and battles happen during the nighttime. You can fight other trainers. You could do sneak attacks on other trainers, which I thought was insane. It basically gave us a better good glimpse on the game. Still no release date yet, just 2025. Rhythm Heaven Groove. Man, it's hard saying that a couple times fast. I have never played a Rhythm Heaven game before in my life, yet it looks so fun. It looks so quirky. I love the animations that come with it. I could just tell just from the animations and the wackiness of it all that it was a Rhythm Heaven game. And finally, it's getting an entry on the Nintendo Switch. About time! Probably will happen for Switch 2, but hey, it works. Because I think that's also coming out in 2026. Those were the big announcements, and I was excited about all those. But again, it felt like they were holding back information on those specifically. We didn't get release dates for a lot of them. We did get some tidbits about them, but for Metroid Prime 4 especially, it felt like they were holding back. It felt like there was some other information that they were going to be revealed. But I have a feeling it's going to be saved for the Switch 2 Direct. In fact, I would not be surprised if Metroid Prime 4 was a Switch 2 launch title, and it launched both on Switch and Switch 2, like Breath of the Wild did with the Wii U and Switch. But we won't know till about a week from now, so we'll deal with that. What other games got announced? A couple ones that stood out to me. One of them was Witchbrook, a pixel art game where you study in a witch school, and it looks really cute, very adorable. It's multiplayer, you could play with friends. I just love the pixel art, and I feel like I could get totally lost in this cozy game. and it would be especially fun to learn magic spells. It felt like living in Hogwarts without having to deal with all the crappy things a certain author of Harry Potter is known for. It looked really cute, really enjoyed it. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake. That looked pretty awesome. I still haven't played Dragon Quest 3 yet, but I want to. I want to get into the Dragon Quest series. It's good to know that we finally get an update on those, kind of. I say kind of, because like a lot of other things, it just said 2025. No definite release date yet. I'm not as confident we'll get a release date for those than the Switch 2 Direct, but you never know. Patapon 1 and 2 Replay. This long-hidden franchise that was originally on the Vita, I think, finally getting some new life on the Nintendo Switch. It looks really cute, and it's a very cool rhythm game, and again, for something that hasn't seen the light of day in God knows how long, it's great that it's finally available on a modern system. And it has a release date, coming out in July of 2025. So, pretty soon, actually. A new Story of Seasons game got announced, which was Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. It looks like your average Story of Seasons game where you farm, you grow crops, you marry people. The big gameplay change looked like a bazaar feature, where you could basically take your stuff and sell it. They kind of did that in Story of Seasons A Wonderful Life, but it was nowhere near advanced as this one looks. This one looks like there's a lot of mechanics to it, and it involves like getting more people to shop in the bazaar, and it looks pretty cute. If you are a fan of Story of Seasons game, you'll probably like this one. Disney Villains Cursed Cafe. I was kind of surprised to see this one. It looks like Coffee Talk, but with Disney villains. It's a visual novel having all the Disney villains in it, which is interesting. I don't really know how to describe it other than that. It looks cute and fun, and I feel like there could be some cool references. It also comes out today. It releases today. I can't believe that's actually happened. I might check it out just to see it, just because I'm curious. I'm still kind of shocked by it, to be honest. Monument Valley 1, 2, and now 3 are coming to Switch, which is really cool. Again, I haven't played those games personally, but they looked very like atmospheric and abstract and just cool to look at. It's nice to know there's a third one coming out exclusively for the Switch. Not really much to say about that. And there's other things mentioned in there. You can watch it direct for yourself if you really want to, but a lot of stuff didn't really hit me that much. Either it just didn't catch my interest, or it just stuff that I didn't think was worth mentioning in any way, shape, or form. It just felt like Nintendo is getting ready for the Switch 2 that is happening, but there was a couple things they had to put in here in their own direct just to get it out there, just so you could play it. It's fine. I just felt like it wasn't really needed, but there were two non-game things that were mentioned in this direct. One that was very confusing, and the other that's somewhat interesting. First off, the virtual game cards. This confused me so much. I remember just looking so perplexed about what this was. It basically, you treat your digital games like physical ones, and you can have them act like physical games in your system through multiple switches, and you can have other people in your family plan play these digital games in your virtual Switch, but only one family member can play one game at a time. It really confused me. I felt like, I don't know if Nintendo just did a terrible job explaining it, or if my brain is just dumb, but like, I don't know what to think of it. I don't know if this will affect me too much because I'm a physical collector. I'm going to get physicals whenever I can. But for people who like digital games, this may be interesting, especially if you are a family plan. I think you have to do this locally in order to get this to work, unfortunately, which sucks for me because a lot of people on my family plan are different places around, like my girlfriend who doesn't live with me and stuff like that. It just seemed very strange to me and very weird and came out of nowhere. I hope they do a better job explaining this because I just feel like it was not done well here. I was so confused. And the other thing was Nintendo Today, which is basically a new mobile app for Nintendo users that gives them daily news. This one seemed rather interesting. I actually did test it out a little bit. It launched today, and you basically pick your theme, you pick what franchises you like. It has a limited amount of stuff from Super Mario to Zelda to Xenoblade, Animal Crossing, a bunch of stuff. It gives you like news stuff each day. I only used it for one day so far, and it gave news about the Direct. It gave some like behind the scenes. It gave some footage of the concert for Tears of the Kingdom. It showed Shiver dancing. It showed how to install widgets and stuff. A lot of it's a cute idea. Basically, an app just to get Nintendo news specifically, which honestly I've kind of been struggling with because a lot of time I got my Nintendo news from YouTube and Twitter. And while YouTube can work most of the time, Twitter, I hate going on. So it's nice to be like, hey, Nintendo has their own thing to get their own app. It looks like it's also a good spot to have some behind the scenes stuff as well for like other games to advertise. It's still early, obviously. It's only been around for one day. We'll see how it goes because depending on how it goes, I might make a video about it itself. Because it seems to have a lot of potential with not only giving out news, but showing out behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, that was the Nintendo Direct. It was nothing too special. It was neat. There was a lot of stuff there that just was neat. So if you like any like niche things that were mentioned, like Story of Seasons, Witchbrook, and a few other things, you'll probably like this Direct. But if you're like me, who is a seasoned Nintendo player, you might be a bit hungrier for more. And you're probably going to be looking forward to the Switch 2 Direct, where, I'll be honest, I think a lot more stuff will be revealed. Not that this was a bad Direct, not at all. This had a lot of good stuff going for it. But I just feel like next week's Direct is going to be much better. But what did you think of the Nintendo Direct? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week when we talk about the Switch 2 Direct. God, 2 Nintendo Directs in 1 week. What a time to be alive. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you liked what you saw, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and check out my other videos too. Special thanks to all the people who helped me out with the video. I couldn't have done it without all of you. Also an extra special thanks to my Patreon patrons, including Mantelferox and Savacom. If you'd like to join the Patreon, the link is in the description below, along with my Twitch, Blue Sky, and Instagram. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good night.